Coldwell. My name is Michele von Gunten and this is my Make the Cut audition. So today I have my client Natalie. I have her draped and sectioned. We are going to be doing a couple different things on her. We're going to touch up her root. As you can see, it's been a while. We are going to add some nice chunky lowlights just through the front of her face, just to give her some nice edgy color, and through the front to break up how blonde she is. And we'll be trimming up her cut again, which is a nice diagonal forward cut. We're gonna stack her up in the back and really razor her and texture her to give her a nice edgy, wispy look. So we'll get started. On Natalie's root, I'm going to use the 11A with 40 volume. I'm doing that because I want to bump her natural, which is about like 3 to 4 levels from where she is at now, and I want to keep her nice and cool. So that's why I'm choosing the 11A. I'm going to mix a 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to mix 40 milliliters of 40 volume. Start by outlining her sections that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to leave this alone for now because I'm going to do some lowlights through the top and then go through and hit where her root is. I did a little bit of like a triangle parting on the top, so when her part falls, she'll have some nice chunky lowlights to play with in the front. So I'm going to start by just outlining this section, not overlapping with her original. I'm gonna move on to this top section and we're gonna go over and mix her low light with the colorants. So for Natalie's low light, because we wanna do a deep silver low light to break up her almost white blonde, we are going to use 6SB in the colorants. I'm using a level 6 because she's already so light. I'm gonna take that into consideration and use a deeper level because I know it's still gonna pull lighter on her hair color. And I'm gonna mix that 2 to 1. I'm gonna take a nice thick weave through this triangle. I'm probably gonna do only about 5 to 6 foils just because I don't wanna lose her blonde, but I just wanna break up her blonde and I want it to really pop. So I'm doing a thicker weave. So now we're gonna let everything process for 30 minutes, so we'll be back. So from here we're gonna start with her haircut, I'm gonna create a guideline as to where I want the back to fall, and I'm gonna connect that to the front because I wanna keep her angle. I don't wanna take too much off her front length. I'm just gonna take about a 1/2 inch off the front and a little bit more off the back. So I'm gonna start by cutting my guideline to exactly where I want it to fall when it's down. Because I want to create a stack in her hair, I'm going to take vertical partings from the curve of her head and project that off the head 45 degrees. And I'm going to cut up following my beginning guideline to help create that stack. So knowing that this is my shortest length, this is going to actually fall longer than what it looks like I'm cutting because of the projection. So I'm going to do this all through the back of the head, following my same guideline. So I'm pulling some more hair down. I sectioned off above her occipital because I don't want to lose the length on the sides when I'm stacking the back here. So I'm going to start pulling some of that weight down. I do want the shorter pieces to come up higher, so I'm gonna make sure I'm getting rid of that length that I don't want to lose, sectioning that in front of the ears just to keep that from getting cut. And then I'm going to continue with my guide, taking vertical sections up the head, keeping my projection about 45 degrees off the head. I'm gonna come to a decision as to where I want the shortest piece to fall, and I'm going to make sure everything blends up to that piece. So let's say I'm gonna take this up a little higher. So I'm still, as I get to the rounded part of her head, I'm gonna start changing my projection a little bit to more of a 90 degree off the head. Just so I'm causing that to fall exactly where I want it. And just being aware of the length on the side so I don't lose that length. I'm going to take a vertical section here because I'm going to connect her length in the front to her back. So I'm going to take this section. Now I'm going to clip it up just so it's out of my way. And I'm going to connect. Because I don't want to lose her length in the front, I'm going to project this hair back, knowing that when it falls forward, it's going to fall longer because of how I'm projecting it. Then I like to kind of check where my angle is going. I'm just going to take a tad bit more off the point in the front so we can see that that's connecting here now. Now I'm going to continue taking diagonal forward partings, and I'm going to use that guide I just cut to make everything even through the front. And then we'll move on to the other side, and then I'm gonna come in and do some layers throughout the front of her hair as well. So I'm going to check for symmetry on both sides of the angle that I just cut by just pulling them straight down and making sure they're curving under her head at about the same place. I'm going to take her hair, whatever falls out is fine because I know it's already short, over project, just clean up that line because that's going to create some layers through the front of her hair. Alright, so now we finished all her texturizing. She likes a little bit of a choppier, edgier cut. So we went through with our razor and through with our carving comb and really tried to piece her hair out. And she always wears her hair with a bit of a wave, so I'm going to go in with the flat iron. Because of the length of her hair, I can get a nice beachy wave. And we're going to style it up for her. How I do a curl with the how I do a wave with the flat iron is I'm going to take it, twist my wrist, flip the hair, give it a little curl. It's going to have a nice beachy texture to it. Once I get to the back, I don't have to do too much because it's so short. And we like having some straight and curl in there.